Hey guys, what's going on? Eric Allen, owner of Top Rated MMA. Hey, on this week's show, I was able to speak with Cameron Robinett out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, who is 4-0 as an amateur fighter. Check it out. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hop on the call real quick, man.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. It means a lot.
So I was actually at King of the Cage November 16th. Saw you get that TKO win. Nice fight there, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And so was I reading right that you're 4-0 now as an amateur fighter?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Right on. Very cool. And I saw some pics of an injury on your foot, dude. Was that from the fight or is that from something else?
That's from something else.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I was training and it just, took the wrong step and it decided to pop.
Yeah, for sure. Are you out for a while or you'll be back soon?
Nah, man, you can't stop me that easily.
Come on. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, you went in there and you kicked some ass, dude, so that was a great fight, dude. It was fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. It was I felt really well prepared going into that fight.
Nice.
I got a pretty good behind me.
Very cool. And how many times have you fought for King of the Cage now?
That was the second time. I fought again last November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then when do you plan on going pro?
That depends on what my coaches say a lot. I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now, but it's all about that time in the cage for the experience.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll probably, I'm going to try to fight for the welterweight strap here soon, I'm hoping.
Nice.
And I'd like to get it and defend it a couple times and then go pro within the next year or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want the experience, though.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're braver than I, man. I prefer to stay on this side of the cage, so thank you for getting in there and putting on a show, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, of course, man. Some people are made to do it, and that's what I was made to do.
Come on. That's awesome. Yeah. And your teammate is Killian Estes, right?
Yep.
Fighting for the amateur world title from King of the Cage this weekend in Reno. Have you been able to train with him at all? I mean, prior to your injury there, and how's that going for him?
Oh, yeah. No, Jordan Curry and myself are his main training partners.
Awesome.
And, he's ready, man. He's just, he's got a good mental game going and he's just so talented. And, he's going to go down there and raise some hell.
Sweet, man. He's gonna do. And how quickly do you think the fight will be over with him raising the hand?
The guy's going to be lucky to get out of the first round.
Come on, yeah.
I don't know. He's pretty conditioned right now, and he's just looking sharp with his stand-up and everything. And, he's on fire right now.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, so I'd like to get a bit more on the personal side of things on our show there. What got you into MMA and, what ultimately made you decide to step into the cage there and start fighting?
Man, when I was a little kid, I just always wanted to fight. You know what I mean? And I never did, but I would always I'd tell my parents to be like, I just want to get in a fight. I just want to get in a fight. And they were like, oh, all right, so do it. But I just never did. And when I was in high school, one of my buddies was doing jiu-jitsu at Trevor Pringley's AKA.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, maybe I'll go in and try. And I went in, and it's like, I loved it. And I trained off and on, not very dedicated, typical high schooler.
Right.
Thinking I know everything. And then after I graduated, it was about 6 months. It was about 6 months after I graduated. I was just kind of in a rut. And I was like, man, I'm just being a loser. I was like, I felt like I didn't have a purpose. So I started training again, and I was like, there's no doing this half-ass. It's going for that cage. And that's what I did, man.
That's awesome.
I haven't stopped since.
We're actually looking at putting our kids in Trevor Pringley's gym over there for some kids jiu-jitsu. So I've heard nothing but awesome stuff about the gym over there.
Yeah, man, I would. I definitely advise it to everybody I can. I'm a little bit biased, honestly, but
sure.
It's a great program. We have just the experience alone in there, the awesome coaches that we have. I don't think you can beat it in the area for sure.
That's awesome. And then do you have an idea of when you're fighting next?
I'm fighting in February, man.
Oh, you are? Okay, King of the Cage when they come back through?
Yep, I don't have a date yet, but that's when I'm getting back in for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's when Killian will make his pro debut against, I guess, a local villain, Chris Schnell, right? Or Chris Schell, right?
Yeah. That's supposed to happen.
I when I was talking to Ken, he said that rivalry's been around for a while now, but I saw a Facebook video recently that showed something happened there.
Yeah, man, I don't, people call it a rivalry, but, there's proof of the first fight.
Yeah, right, totally.
It didn't go to decision.
Right.
It went from Killian eating Cheetos and watching SpongeBob to 86 seconds.
Come on.
Call it what you want, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw the first fight. It was over very quickly.
Yeah, I just want it to be done with, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm tired of guys who don't work hard riding on the coattails of somebody who puts work in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, do you mind if we do some rapid fire questions?
No, go ahead, man.
Favorite band or musician?
Oh, Metallica.
Very nice. Yeah,
so or Pantera, one of the two.
Or Pantera, sure. Yeah, Pantera's rad. I saw Metallica drunk and I saw them sober, and I gotta say I like them drunk better than I like them sober. But back in the days, but their music is awesome. I saw them play at CenturyLink Field where the Seahawks played a couple years back, and
oh, dude, that's awesome.
It was a rad show for sure. And then I saw them play at the Gorge out in Washington back in like '98. And
that's sick, man. I'd love to see him.
Yeah, it was very, very cool live show. Do you have a favorite movie?
No, man. I was a TV junkie when I was little, so too many to pick from.
Yeah. Favorite food?
Lately, it's been sushi. I'm digging sushi lately.
Nice. And do you have a favorite fighter that you like to watch the best, like UFC, Bellator? Any fighters from there you like to watch?
Robbie Lawler, man.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. I'm a big fan of Donald Cerrone, and so, man, I've seen those guys.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want a winner in that fight.
Yeah.
I wanted them to fight and just leave the cage. I didn't want to know who won.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Hey, well, I also want to give an opportunity to give a shout out to any sponsors that you have, and then I can list links out to them for you too.
Yeah, Patriot Supplements, Blue Chip Chiropractic, and Scar Promotions, and Trevor Pringley's AKA, of course.
Cool, man. Right on. Well, thank you again so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. I really appreciate you having me on.
So thank you so much for checking out the show. Really appreciate it. Please give this video a like, share it, subscribe to the channel. Also check out topratedmma.com. Thank you for the support. Have an awesome day.